And welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. I'm your host, Josh Furketic. It's time for the Courthouse Tavern Case of the Week, brought to you by the Courthouse Tavern, located on 310 Forbes Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. It's crime to go anywhere else. And the question this week is, did the BCS get it right putting #1 Alabama against #2 Texas? A, yes, or B, no. You can tweet us your answer and why at Pioneer Sideline on Twitter. Guys, thoughts? I'm going to start with Mr. Barrett down there at the end.
You know what? I do believe they got it right. You know, top two teams. Texas narrowly escaped a game against Nebraska, winning in the final seconds. But I think they got this one right.
Kevin?
You know, it's hard to go either way with this. I'm going to say they got it right just because I'm one of the people that would want to give TCU their shot in this football game. But you know what? If you're going to argue for the week out-of-conference schedule for Texas, you got to say the same thing for TCU. I thought Texas looked very vulnerable against Nebraska. Everybody did. But you know what? The way the BCS works, when you beat an upper echelon team like a Nebraska, it doesn't matter what the margin of victory is. That computer system is just going to see that beating of a #22 team.
TCU did have a couple good wins, though, against BYU
absolutely. Like I said, I'd like to see
Utah. And Utah. Mr. Cooney.
Well, I guess the BCS got it right, and they got what they wanted, was two big-name schools going at each other. But come on, that's not the way it should have been. It should have been TCU in that game. They played much better teams. They went two ACC teams, beat them both. Texas' best win was probably against Oklahoma State, and that Oklahoma State team couldn't even beat Houston. I mean, I think they got it wrong. Wow. No way.
Aaron, I do like this. Thoughts, guys? A little bit of a rebuttal?
Believe me, and I was talking to James about this yesterday. I would love to see TCU in this football game.
Would have been very interesting.
And we've talked about this on the show before. I think we'd all rather see a playoff system in place because I think we all think TCU could beat Texas. But that's the way the system works, and I'd love to see TCU play this football game.
It's for the first time ever are two undefeated teams going to go at it that is not the BCS National Championship game, and that is Boise State against TCU. Do you think this is a little bit of a cop-out by the BCS committee? Aaron? Or, excuse me, James?
I think it is a little bit because then they don't have to put them in. But either way, if either team wins, no matter what happens, someone's going to argue, well, we should have been in a national title game.
Did you feel a little bit slapped in the face a little bit that you're getting those two games? Because personally, I'd love to see either of those teams go up against a bigger name school like a Florida or Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was really hoping when this, obviously, we all knew that it would be Texas-Alabama after Texas beat Nebraska. I was really hoping for a TCU-Florida game. I think that would be a fantastic football game to watch. But you know what? That's the game I'm excited for most is this TCU-Boise State game.
Aaron?
I completely agree. I'm looking forward to this game, too. It's a shame, though. You know, the winner of Alabama and Texas, they're going to get the hardware, they're going to get the glass, but we might have split champions here with that game between Boise State and TCU.
You got Penn State in the Capital One Bowl. They will take on LSU. Pitt's in the Meineke Car Care Bowl. They will take on the University of North Carolina. And one notable bowl as well as a New Year's Day Bowl. It'll be Florida State. Bobby Bowden coaching his last game as the Seminoles head coach. They will take on West Virginia. Guys,
it'll be a good football game.
It should be a good football game. Guys, thank you very, very much as well. Thank you guys out there in TV land. If you want to vote, you can vote yes or no. If the BCS got it right, just go on to Twitter, and it is the Pioneer Sideline that you're looking for on Twitter. You can tweet any of us. It doesn't have to be just the answer. Tweet me, tweet James, anybody. Also, search YouTube, search the Pioneer Sideline. You can see any episode, this one, as well as others in the past. For the cast and crew, we got to get out of here. We'll see you next week.